Nurse Sherry here, and today we're going to be discussing incentive spirometers and everything that you're going to need to know about them. So first off, what is an incentive spirometer? Well, it's a medical device that helps strengthen your lungs. So it's kind of like exercise for your lungs. We use this to improve lung ventilation for people recovering from anesthesia. It loosens mucus in your lungs. It helps prevent lung infections. And we recommend these for any kind of rib cage injuries, any abdominal surgeries or chest surgeries, pneumonia, COPD, cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, and some other reasons that the doctor might go ahead, like bed rest. Maybe you're not getting out of bed very much. So different reasons that a doctor might order you to go ahead and do this device, okay? So let's talk about what the incentive spirometer looks like and what are the pieces to them, right? Okay, so first of all, this is your incentive spirometer. It'll probably come like this. The mouthpiece may be attached or detached, and it's usually scrunched up like this, okay? So how do you put this together? Very simple. Everything's right here, and you're just gonna take this little piece right here, and you're gonna go ahead and attach the hose, and then you're going to open the hose up. So there's a few different things about it. So first off, over here, you have your coaching indicator, okay? As you breathe up, in when you're doing this, this thing should be hovering between the two arrows. That makes sure you're not doing it too fast or too slow, because we're doing exercises, right? We don't want to be like when we're doing it. So the purpose is to expand those lungs, okay? So that's what this indicator is for. So while you're doing it, which I will demonstrate, this should hover over here the entire time, okay? Hover between these two. This area right here is your piston. And this is as I breathe in, these numbers are gonna be volume that I'm breathing in. So this is going to rise as you take your breath. Then we have this little thing right here. This is the marker. So say I breathe in and I get to 750, okay? Then I'm gonna raise this to 750. It's where the arrow is, not the bottom of it, okay? So then I raise it to 750, and then the next time I put it where that one went, and we usually do this 10 times. So you're gonna be going up here as you go, or the patient can just mark it where they had their highest volume, because that's what we want to know. So I like to go ahead and have them do this with every breath so they can see, is it going up, is it going down, and how many times did you get to that area, and things like that, because we obviously have a goal when we're giving this to someone. And if we can, so say someone's going in for surgery, not lung surgery, but maybe chest surgery or an abdominal surgery like C-section, any appendix, anything in here that you're going to be doing, any kind of, sorry about that, any kind of surgeries, we want to make sure that we use this, okay? And we want to see how they are doing, how well they're doing with it, okay? So these are the parts of the incentive spirometer. Okay, now let's go over how do you explain or how do you use this incentive spirometer right. So the first thing you want to do is have your patient sit in an upright position. If they are on bed rest, then you want to have them sit in a 75 to 90 degree angle. Now, you might have a patient that's on bed rest flat, okay? So they have an order to lay flat. They can still do this flat. It's just not expanding your lungs as much as we want them to, but we would still want them to do that if they're on bed rest, okay? After we sit upright, then you're going to place the mouthpiece in your mouth, okay? And when you do this, you want to make sure that they put it in their mouth and cover completely around it. If they have problems breathing in their nose, you'll want them to hold their nose or have a nose clip or something, because the purpose of the device to get accurate readings and to get the most beneficial results from it is to make sure they're breathing in their mouth, okay? With the mouthpiece, we're going to exhale first. Then we're going to place our mouthpiece in and breathe in. I will demonstrate the whole thing at the end. Okay, so the next step is going to be to take that breath in. As you take the breath in, the piston will rise. Your indicator is going to tell you if you are in the accurate area of it, right? So as this rises, this is going to be hovering around. And I'll show you what it looks like when I go too fast or too slow while I'm doing it as well, okay? And then you're going to want to tell them to hold their breath after they breathe in for 5 seconds. If they can't do 5, we can start out with 3. We're always going to increase our goals, right? And we always want to increase this volume as well as we're going through it. Then after they breathe in, you're going to have them rest for a few seconds and then go ahead and try it again. The idea is to have them do it 10 times every hour while they're awake. It sounds like a lot, right? But I can go in as a nurse and be like, oh, hi, Mr. Jones. Let's go ahead and do your incentive spirometry while I'm getting your medications or while I'm doing range of motion or cleaning a wound, anything that I'm doing in the room so I can make sure that they're getting it done. A lot of people don't like to do it. Why? Because it's painful at their incision, right? If they have broken ribs, it's painful. If it's an abdominal or chest surgery, it's painful when you breathe in. So every day we take deep breaths, right? I'm just sitting here and I might, well, that's natural for our bodies to do that. But somebody that has broken ribs or a surgery, I might breathe in that much and it's so painful. So your body tells you, don't do that. It hurts. So we need to make them do it with this device. So the device is very helpful. Yes, you can do it without the device, but people need this device to make sure that they're getting some goals, that they're getting something out of it, and that they can actually see it, okay? All right, so let's demonstrate the incentive spirometer. So I'm going to start out by putting my marker down to the bottom, okay? And my piston already starts there. My mouthpiece, I'm going to put in my mouth after I exhale. Okay, so I got to 1750. Of course, I haven't had any surgeries or anything. So that was my first one, right? So as I breathed in, you could see this hovering, and it does kind of go up too high, too down, but it tells you how to be consistent with your breath in. Okay, so one more time here. Place the mouthpiece in your mouth. Make sure that you cover your mouth completely. We're going to take a big exhale out. We're going to put it in, and then we're going to go slowly as long as we can. So that's what you want to encourage them to do, is to go as high as they can. Okay? All right, so that one, it looks like I was around 1500, okay? And so this is what we're doing, and you want to do it 10 times. So my highest one, we'll say, was 1750. So this is where I'm going to keep it, because the next time I do it, that's my goal, because I did get there. So that's my goal. I want to get there. Most people start out with 500, okay, because you're in pain. So we want to start you out with 500, and we gradually increase. If we're able to test it before you have surgery, then we'll have you do this before and be like, oh, okay, she was at 1750. Oh, well, here, I had surgery. That's all I can do, okay? So my goal is 1750. Your doctor will tell you what your goal is. And so I'm going back down to 750 as far as I went up, okay? Very simple device to use. It's a lifesaver, especially if someone after they had surgery, and elderly, right? So say you had cardiac surgery. The best thing you want to tell your patient to do, usually if you have cardiac surgery, they give you a nice little teddy bear, but a pillow, anything soft works. So if it was chest, I'm going to place the pillow in my chest and I'm going to hold on to it while I do it. And then, because that kind of decreases the pain as well. But big help in pneumonia. Pneumonia can kill people very easily, especially elderly or immunocompromised people. And this device definitely helps prevent that. And people that have cystic fibrosis, this helps with decreasing that mucus that's stuck in your alveoli in your lungs, So very important that you know how to use it. Very important that you know when to use it, how often to use it. Remember, 10 times every hour while your patient or while you as the patient is awake, okay? All right, that's all I have on incentive spirometers. Hopefully this helped you out and answered all of your questions. However, if you do have questions about it, please leave a comment and I will answer that. All right, have a good day.